Hi guys! So the research article that I found for this week is Text Messaging as a Tool for Behavior Change and Disease Prevention and Management. And the objective, as mentioned in the title, is to assess the effectiveness of behavior change interventions delivered primarily through text messaging. Evidence on behavior change and clinical outcomes were compiled from randomized controlled trials and studies of text message interventions addressing a range of health behaviors. It was observed for weight loss, smoking cessation, and diabetes management. 9 countries were represented, one of which is a developing country, which was alarming, according to the article, because developing countries could arguably benefit most from such an inexpensive method of health promotion that builds upon existing infrastructure. Features of these interventions, for example, used tailored messages to individuals, which included using a participant's nickname, allowing participants to write their own reminder messages, and incorporating information specific to personal goals. One study was unique in that patients never received the same message twice. And so the results were that 8 of the studies found evidence to support the effectiveness of text messaging. Significant behavior change outcomes observed included greater prevalence of current non-smoking by smokers at 6 and 12 weeks, increase in frequency of blood glucose monitoring and reporting via text message compared with email, and also greater weight loss in obese adults at 4 and 12 months. There were some limitations that the article points out. So a potential drawback to the use of text message-based interventions is potential marginalization of certain populations, such as those that are illiterate or do not have access to a mobile phone due to financial reasons. However, these limitations may be reduced as mobile technology advances. For example, innovations exist that provide voice response systems and pictures instead of text for those with limited literacy. One last thing the article notes is that we must be careful to understand the mechanisms of change in order to build upon the way that text messaging works for behavior change. If text message intervention studies are built on evidence and theory, according to the article, the potential impact of these studies will be much greater. So, talking about theories, I found a blog on why it's so hard to change unhealthy behavior. One problem may be that we're motivated too often by a sense of guilt, fear, or regret. Experts who study behavior change agree that long-lasting change is most likely when it's self-motivated and rooted in positive thinking. Studies have also shown that goals are easier to reach if they're specific. For example, I'll walk 20 minutes a day rather than I'll get more exercise. And not too numerous. Having too many goals limits the amount of attention and willpower we can devote to reaching any single goal. Another recurring theme is that it's not enough to have a goal. We also need practical ways to reach it. There are several models of behavior change, but the one most widely applied and tested in health settings is the Trans-Theoretical Model, or TTM for short. First developed in the 1980s by alcoholism researchers, TTM presumes that at any given time, a person is in one of 5 stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, or maintenance. In the first stage, you have no conscious intention of making a change, whether through lack of awareness or information, or because you have failed in the past and now feel unmotivated. In the contemplation stage, you are aware that the behavior is a problem and now are considering doing something about it, but you still aren't committed to taking any action. In the preparation stage, you know you must change, believe you can, and are making plans to change soon, say next month. In the action stage, you've already changed. And lastly, maintenance. Once you've practiced the new behavior change for at least 6 months, you are in this stage. Now you're working to prevent relapse and integrate the change into your life. That may require other changes, especially avoiding situations or triggers associated with the old habit. And lastly, I found technology on the Nabu Smartband by the company Razer. It won the Best of CES 2014 People's Choice Award. And this device has the ability to gamify any activity or goal you pursue. An added benefit is that it's fully functional with social media. So for example, in the way that it can help with health behavior change, you can earn bonus points for taking the stairs instead of the escalator, going to bed earlier or unlock an achievement when you run an extra mile. It will track calories burned, steps taken, floors climbed, distance traveled, hours slept, and personal goals that you put in.